This is a very exciting game in the Queen's Gambit decline, and black is going for the Lasker attack with his last pawn push. After this capture, we are going to push this pawn, and this is a very well-known line where white is pushing this pawn, challenging this, saying okay, you cannot take this because queen has to be traded, and after this bishop comes in the game, white is having significant advantage with one pawn and the king is also stuck in the center. That is why pawn takes cannot be played. We just deliver bishop check, bishop has to block, and again pawn capture, and we are sacrificing the bishop. This is a well-known line. Again, if you try to accept with this bishop capture it for free, like pawn is a capture and this is a problem. You cannot really accept the pawn because queen would hang, and if you try to play the king here, we just promote this to a knight, not the queen, because there is a difference. If we just promote it to a queen, the problem is queen is a take, and after this rook takes, we are not having that much advantage. As the game is equal, white is having the bishop pair as well. That is why after this king is moving, we have to promote to a knight. This comes with a check, so you cannot accept this because after this we just win the free queen. This king has to move somewhere and we just take the queen, and the game is simply lost for white. That is why you have to move the king, and once the king moves, queen is a check, and we cannot play this pawn push again because of the queen check, and we would pick up the rook. That is why king has to move, and we just play the knight move. We just pressurize the bishop, and there are many moves. You can play the rook capture, you can play the queen here, trading the queen, but after this we have the queen check, and once we deliver this check, you have to go here. Queen has to take, rook has to take, queen is under attack, but we just take this pawn, and once the bishop goes back, you would see we are having one piece extra here, and our position is better. We are going to castle alongside, and white king is stuck in the center. That is why this line is known to everyone, and no one plays this bishop capture with the white side. So this gives an opportunity to play the queen check, and after this we just play the knight move, and this bishop capture. The idea is just the same, like white won a free piece, but in this case we have the pawn capture. This is slightly good for white because after this take, queen is a check, and okay, the best move here is to push this pawn, but again you would have to suffer the queen check, and once the king move, we have to go for the queen capture, and once we go for the well-known line, we capture this. Knight is coming here, we just play the bishop move, knight is coming here, queen is under attack, queen has to move, and after this last move, we would see this queen is trapped, but we have the very wonderful move with this knight capture. Now the queen is hanging, so you have to do something. So the best move here for white is to just take the queen, and once we also take the queen, knight capture, knight has to go back, and after series of exchanges, you would see knight is coming here, and once we just castle to the king's side, we would offer the rook trade, and it would not bother us as we are just exchange up. So this should be winning game for black, and you have to remember all of this because you would lose the queen if you do not play the actual moves from here. So that is why pawn push looks like a way to go, but you lose the exchange. That is why white is not pushing this pawn. So king is going to the center, queen is a check again, king has to move, bishop is a check with the tempo, king has to move. So this is not instantly losing, but you would see why this is worse than the previous line. So we just develop the knight, and the problem is if you just play any random move, this is a checkmate in one, because yeah, there is no way to go. And after this there is very little thing this white can do. He pushed this pawn, but again this is mate in 2, like knight has to move, not mate in 2, mate in 3, king has to go back, queen is a check, and you have to just push the pawn, and yeah, queen is a take, and this would be very wonderful checkmate. So how was the video?